I'm Tara Vahab, and in this video I'm going to talk about creative journaling. Why we want to start doing journaling is because it really helps with regulating your emotions. Research shows that statistically those people who practice expressive writing, they generally have better health, physical health. They make less visits to physicians, as well as they have better immune system. So there are many great health benefits to journaling in general. There are many different ways of journaling, or like styles of journaling, I could say, that I personally, as a creative person, have been practicing them and trying them in different stages of my life, or just generally as a creative person. I have various different journals that I always either capture my ideas, my thoughts, my emotions, or my dreams. So I'm going to show you some of my previous journals that I have. So journal doesn't have to be necessarily a book, it can also be a sketchbook. So I have various different sketchbooks here. I can show you something like this, that I just capture my thoughts and ideas, but I don't necessarily just paint in my sketchbooks or draw in them, I also write in them. For example, this one, all sorts of kind of ideas that I write in them and do drawings. This is one way of journaling, but what comes to mind most of the times as journaling is just a notebook that you're just writing your ideas in them, or you write your kind of memoirs, just writing a few lines about the update of the events of the day, or what was the highlights, how did it make you feel like, which is a little bit more intimate. I also have some other journals that are just kind of handmade for writing down my lyrics and just some creative ideas. It feels different to have various sizes with various different ideas and mediums and materials. Each of them give me a different sensation when I'm working with them. So there are various ways of journaling. There is one style that is like in a point form, so it's very short, pretty much like a to-do list and not to-do list, which helps with just tracking your progress in your positive and negative habits, if that's something that you're aiming towards. That can be very helpful. There's another way of journaling that is more regular, logging in every day, writing like a memoir, just writing a few lines and giving the highlights and updates of the event of that day. There is another style of journaling that I personally call it the emergency journaling. So you do it whenever that you really feel you need to talk, and even though you have already shared all your thoughts and emotions with people closest to you, you still feel like there is still more to discuss, that you're not satisfied. So you can write in your journal. I usually do that quite a bit whenever dealing with a life-changing experience, traumatic experience, especially going through post-traumatic stress. You can definitely help. Journaling can definitely be helpful. So in that case, what I do, I just write 2 to 3 pages, pretty much everything that I feel, everything that I think about it, and express everything that is bothering me. For those people who are just starting to journal, don't put too much pressure on yourself and start with something very simple. So today what we are going to be doing in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to personalize your journal. So we are going to do a little bit of a collage on the cover of your journal, so something like this, and this will help you to kind of bond better with your journal, make it a little bit more pleasing and pleasant to pick up the journal and write in it. So the materials that we need, we just need a simple notebook. It can be a sketchbook or a notebook that has lines. It really depends to how you want to use it. If you just want to write, just go with a notebook. And then other materials that I have here, I'm going to show you. So because we're going to collage, use all sorts of materials and things that are of your interest. So here I have things like stickers, I have like little pieces of a puzzle, I have a little butterfly. You can even look through magazines and find things that are interested, images that are interested for you there. I have some more stickers here, even fabric, the colors that are of your interest, that you enjoy seeing them. I also have like some tissue paper and like wrapping paper, gift wrapping paper in different colors. You can use book or pieces of a book, text if you like, pieces of a map if you like. There's also like just different colors and like textures and forms and different patterns that you find interesting. So I always look for different things that, if I find them interesting, I just collect them, even if it's just a small tiny piece, because we don't really need that big of a piece. It's just going to be putting them together. Here I also have like different pieces of, paper that has been painted with different colors that I can use. I also sometimes like to incorporate the pieces of my older paintings and drawings, like assignments that, I just love the colors and how my brush stroke was in that particular image. So I can actually like rip it apart and use some parts of it. So we can do that as well. Some of the other materials that you can use, something that I love using is just leftovers of paint from my palette. I just sometimes find the way that paint has been mixed or the way that paint has been dried intriguing, so I use that as well. So maybe this is what I'm going to be using today. And what else you need for this little project is pens in different colors. You can go as fancy as you want, with metallic colors or just a black pen if you want to do some writing, or if you want to even paint over it, then make sure you have some paint and paint brushes to have available and ready to paint. And obviously we also need to have scissors or an X-Acto knife, or what I prefer the most, just ripping things apart. You don't really need to cut them. So to begin with our little project here, what I want to do is just don't make it too complicated. Just really go with what I feel right now. What colors do I feel right now? And just play around with the materials that I have. Do I feel like silver today? Oh yeah, definitely. So maybe I'll use silver. But I have like other things too that I can play around. Do I like the fabric? Yeah, maybe. Butterfly? Could be. When we are creating this kind of project, like a little collage for the cover, not only it personalizes your journal for you, it is also a direct expression of your subconscious mind. Things that you cannot express with your words can be expressed very well with just through mediums, materials, colors, and forms. And these are also expressing something, and there is information through materials, through patterns, textures. So all of that makes a difference when you're creating. So I'm just gonna take my time playing around a little bit, and once I am feeling happy about the colors I want to use, the mediums I want to use, I'm going to start to just take some glue. I have white glue here. Make sure you use a glue that can hold everything well and strong for a long time. So you can just use white glue or any matte or gloss medium for acrylic paint is also good. So what I want you to do now that you have made your journal and you're happy with your cover, open it. What I want you to write in your journal is the very first question that helps you to ground yourself. just write down, what am I grateful for today? And then this week, this month, and so on. And just answer to these questions for yourself. Next, I want you to write this question. What is my problem right now? And just think for a second. Right now, obviously you don't have any problems because you just wrote this question without any problem. Then just sit with it, enjoy for a second. How does that feel to be just at peace and not having any problem with all your problems that are sitting outside of this session, outside of this moment? Just enjoy that. Anyway, so that's it for today, for this video. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. If you made your creative journal or you created a collage for the cover of your journal, I would love to see them. Please feel free to share them with me. Thank you so very much for your attention and watching me. Goodbye.